Started with a notification. A simple, innocent vibration from my phone while I was brewing coffee on a quiet Sunday morning. I didn't expect it to change everything. It was a Facebook tag. My wife, Emily, had just posted a photo. The image loaded slowly, as if the universe wanted me to feel every second of dread building behind my ribs. She was on a couch, our couch. The one we bought last year after weeks of arguing about fabric colors. She was leaning comfortably against someone's shoulder, holding a mug that looked suspiciously like mine. The caption read, "Home with my ex. Nothing feels more real than peace." For a few seconds my brain refused to process it. My hand froze mid-air, coffee dripping onto the counter. I read it again, and again. My pulse spiked. My chest tightened until breathing felt like labor. Home with my ex. I stared at those words until the screen blurred. The comments were already rolling in. Friends leaving laughing emojis, some writing, "You two look great." As if it wasn't a knife shoved clean through my ribs. My ex is. Every word burned. I didn't message her right away. I didn't even call. I just stood there in my kitchen, surrounded by the quiet hum of the refrigerator and the smell of burnt coffee, feeling my world tilt. Part of me wanted to believe it was a misunderstanding, a bad joke, a caption meant to stir harmless curiosity. She was at her mother's house, she'd said. Maybe that couch was her mom's. Maybe the guy was just a friend. But the man's face was partially visible. Enough for me to know. Ryan. Her ex-boyfriend from college. The one she swore she hadn't talked to in years. The one who didn't mean anything. I could hear her voice from months ago, soft and defensive. "You always think the worst of me, Mark. You don't trust me anymore." And maybe she was right. Maybe I didn't. Not anymore. I scrolled through the photo again, then to her profile. More pictures. All uploaded within the last 10 minutes. One of them was of the two of them clinking glasses, her head tilted toward him, smiling that same easy, unguarded smile I hadn't seen in months. I opened the drawer by the kitchen table. Inside were receipts, anniversary cards, and the note she'd written me on our wedding day. "I choose you," it said. Those words cut deeper now. I didn't cry. Not yet. I just sat there, numb, as a cold clarity began to form. I opened my laptop, logged into Facebook, and began typing. "She chose him." That was the caption. Below it, I started listing every gift, every sacrifice, every piece of myself I'd poured into her. The necklace from our first anniversary. $600. The trip to Paris she said changed her life. $3,200. The apartment I paid off early so she could quit her job. The ring she promised meant forever. Each line felt like I was bleeding onto the keyboard, but I didn't stop. It wasn't revenge. Not really. It was truth, written plain for everyone to see. When I hit post, my hands were shaking. Within minutes, the comments started pouring in. Friends, family, her coworkers. Some thought it was a hack. Others asked what happened. But the silence from her side was deafening. Then my phone started ringing. Her mother, her sister, then her best friend. I let them all go to voicemail. By the time I checked again, her post had vanished. Deleted. But the damage was done. Screenshots were everywhere. My post was spreading. Her family was panicking. "Mark, what are you doing?" her sister texted. "Please take it down. You're making things worse." I typed back, "She already did that." That afternoon Emily called. I didn't answer at first. When I finally picked up, her voice was trembling. "Mark, please don't do this. It's not what you think." "Then explain it," I said flatly. "Explain how you're home with your ex, calling him peace." "It wasn't God, it wasn't supposed to look like that," she stammered. "He was helping me move a few things from Mom's house. We were talking, just talking. I didn't mean for it to." "To what?" I interrupted. "To look like you left your husband and went back to the guy who cheated on you." She went quiet. I could hear her breathing, fast and uneven. "I was upset," she finally said. "You've been distant for months. You don't touch me, you barely talk. I just wanted to feel seen again. I almost laughed. So you posted it online. I was angry, she said, her voice cracking. It was stupid. I thought you'd see it and finally react. I sat down on the edge of the bed, my throat tightening. You wanted a reaction, Emily? You got one. I didn't want this. You humiliated me. You humiliated yourself. Silence stretched between us. I could picture her sitting somewhere, probably at her mom's house, makeup smudged, heart racing. Please, she whispered. Can we just talk? In person. I hesitated. Every part of me wanted to hang up, to stay angry, to keep my pride intact. But beneath all of it was still love. Raw, damaged, but real. Where are you? I asked quietly. At Mom's. Please just come. When I got there, she was waiting outside. Her eyes were red, her hands clenched together. Ryan was gone. She started to speak, but I stopped her. Don't explain, I said. Just tell me the truth. Was it only a photo, or something more? She shook her head, crying. It wasn't more. Swear. I wanted to make you jealous, not hurt you. I studied her face. Every tear looked real. Every word sounded desperate. But somewhere deep inside, I knew something fundamental had broken. Do you even realize what you did? Yes. You didn't just betray me, you made it public. You made me a fool to everyone we know. I know, she sobbed. I know, and I hate myself for it. I wanted to forgive her. I wanted to believe her. But the image of her leaning into him, relaxed, content, was burned into me. That wasn't a mistake. That was comfort. I turned toward the door. Mark, she said softly. Do you still love me? Paused, hand on the handle. That's the worst part, I said. I think I always will. When I left, the evening light was fading, painting everything gold and hollow. I drove aimlessly, no destination in mind, replaying her words in my head until they lost meaning. Later that night I deleted my post. Not for her but for me. The internet had already made its judgment. Friends had taken sides. Her family had begged me to take her back. But none of them knew what it felt like to stand in that kitchen, staring at a photo that ended a marriage. Days passed. She sent more messages, each one shorter than the last. Eventually they stopped. Sometimes I still check her profile. It's empty now. No photos, no updates. Just silence. But the internet never forgets. Somewhere, floating in a screenshot thread, are those words that changed everything. Home with my ex. Nothing feels more real than peace. And somewhere deep inside me, I still wonder if she ever really meant them, or if she just didn't realize that peace for her would mean destruction for me.